Progress.
All right, so I'm calling the meeting to order. It is now 5:37 p.m. on February 13th, 2025. So first things first, let's take roll call real quick. If you're here, go ahead and just say aye or here when I call your name. So Commissioner Vincent.
Here.
Commissioner Presley.
Here.
Commissioner Shelton.
Here.
Commissioner Hoffman.
Here.
Commissioner Greeno.
Here.
Oops. Did he say here? I didn't.
He did.
He did, yeah. Okay, sorry, okay. And last but not least, Commissioner Naima Muse.
Here.
All right, so before we move on, I just want to say, I want to give a warm welcome to our new commissioner. She is replacing Saeed, and we are so sad to lose him, but I know he's just stretched so thin and super busy, but I know Naima has great experience and she's going to be a good addition to our commission. Does anyone else have anything to add to that?
Chair Yang, I think it might be good for everybody to just quickly introduce themselves so that Naima knows who all's on the commission.
You're right, absolutely. Who would like to start?
I will. My name is Joey. I'm the alder for District 6, so I am assigned as the alder for this commission. I work at UW Green Bay. That's about it.
Nice meeting you.
I care about housing.
Yeah, you know me, we've talked, worked
Yeah.
at UW Green Bay and involved with COMSA, and Joey's a good coworker.
Not a friend.
Friend as well, okay.
I'll go next. I am Michael Benson. I am Vice President of Corporate Affairs at Sharper Foods downtown. Good to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Hi, I'll go next. My name is Natalie Hoffman, and I am a barista at Cavarna downtown, so come visit. I work tomorrow. Anyways, it's great to have you on the commission. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Also, my name is Marcus Greeno, lives in Green Bay, here to about college, for the Menominee Indian Reservation, the tribe. Yeah, I've been on the commission since the beginning, and yeah, I look forward to working with you more, learning about what you bring to the table, and seeing how we can cooperatively, collectively work together and fix your Green Bay. City develops different things. Thank you.
That's what it looks like.
Nice to meet you.
All right, and then I'm Tara. I think you've seen me around COMSA a few times. My family and I are small business owners in town, and I wear multiple hats with different organizations in town here. And I also serve as the chair for the Equal Rights Commission. So welcome on board. We're super excited to have you with us. I think this is a very pivotal year for us, so this is great to have you with us.
Thank you.
Any other comments?
It's nice meeting you all.
Okay, and then, oh, sorry, Naima, go ahead.
No, I just say nice meeting you all.
Definitely interrupt if you have questions. Okay.
Sorry, I am horrible at knowing who's talking. Can't really, I only see the back of your heads in my camera, so sorry if I interrupt. But I just wanted to also give Naima kind of a rundown of how the meetings work. So what we do is Andrea sends out the agenda to us, or otherwise you can also find it on the city's website. But we usually, I'll call the meeting to order when we have quorum, which means that you have more than the majority of the members present, and then we'll take roll call, approve the agenda, approve the minutes of the last meeting, and then we'll go into regular business and informational. So I know that's a lot to take in right now, but we will walk you through that. I'll work with Andrea to walk you through that. So now that we've done now that we've done roll call, can I get a motion to approve the agenda for Thursday, February 13th, 2025, which is tonight's meeting?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, please say aye.
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 All opposed, please say nay. Okay, so the agenda stands approved tonight. Next agenda item is approval of the minutes from January 8th, 2025 Human Rights Commission meeting.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, please say aye.
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 All opposed, please say nay. Okay, so those minutes stand approved. So tonight's meeting is actually going to be pretty quick, I think, pretty simple. I wanted to just kind of ask again with commissioners if anyone was able to read through the ordinance and if you have any feedback or comments. Again, one of the goals is to update the ordinance and add a little bit more jurisdiction to our responsibilities and capabilities. So would anyone like to share their thoughts?
Chair Yang.
Yes.
Was somebody looking into, I know we talked about having broader capacity to respond to complaints. I can't remember from the last meeting. Was somebody assigned to look into that?
Tara, I'm sorry, I don't mean to jump in, but I did talk to Joe, and what would happen is we would write something, you all would write something up, and then you can bring it to Joe and the law department to look over.
Okay.
And then if that works well, it can go to common council after that.
Gotcha.
So I think we should try to, we talked about this last time, I think we should try to write something into the ordinance where we can hear complaints. And, I mean, maybe one thing for us to do is to just have a little, like, subcommittee of like 2 or 3 people willing to just kind of put together a draft, and then we could bring that to the next Equal Rights Commission. I mean, if we want to go that route, if people agree, but it seemed like based on the feedback last time, we were kind of thinking that might be something we wanted to explore.
Okay, sorry guys, my laptop the battery was dying. But yeah, I agree with that. I like that idea a lot. I think we have a few different moving parts right now. We have, our housing. We had a presenter last week come speak to us. We have this ordinance piece, so it'd be really helpful if we could create that small committee. And right now we have 7 members, so our committee could be, Andrea, can you remind me, 2 members?
2 members at most, anything over that would be a walking quorum.
Okay. And I know last time we talked about housing, I volunteered John to be that representative, John and possibly Alder Presley, but I just want to reconfirm if that's still okay.
I think that was flipped. I think I was volunteered, and John
Yeah.
said he'd help.
Yep.
But
Okay,
yes,
okay, sorry about that. Okay, great.
That's still how it works.
Okay, so we know you guys are, you have your hands full. Can I get another 1 or 2 volunteers to take this on?
Yeah, I'd be willing to help draft it. Yeah, just would need to like figure out a time to meet for it, but so long as I have some help, I'd be willing to help support that.
Yeah, absolutely. I would love to support you in this. I'd love to also participate as well. I just wanted to make sure we had, our commissioners had the chance to volunteer for it. Okay, so Natalie, I will reach out to you once the meeting is over, and then we can schedule a one-on-one, and then we'll go from there. But I do want to make sure that we hear, comments or questioners today. And if anyone has any suggestions how we should go about writing it, or, what style or format that you guys think would be most conducive.
Well, I think we would want to just take the ordinance and think about a place. I mean, you've seen more ordinances than I have, probably, right? I mean, at this point. So like, but and just think about the logical place where probably just a section on complaints would go, right? So I think it could be pretty short if we don't, like, it wouldn't, nobody would have to start from scratch. You would just like look at the ordinance and say, all right, let's put it in here. What would that language look like? The Equal Rights Commission does this to hold hearings. What would be the scope of it? That kind of thing.
I imagine legal would have much more insight on what exactly we can do, so, yeah. Something simple to then bring to them to have them refine.
And we could likely borrow language from another ERC in a different community.
Yeah.
Madison, Milwaukee.
Yep, great point.
Okay, that gives us a strong starting point. So I will work with Natalie on piecing something together, and then we'll put that on the agenda next meeting to review. Hopefully we'll be able to meet before then and have something. But I also was thinking about a few other things to add, but I wanted to get everyone's opinions. I don't know if it's too big of a lift. So, of course, hear complaints, but I also want the ability to like condemn discrimination publicly. I think that should be something that we shouldn't be afraid to do, especially with equal rights. I know there's a lot of political aspects to that, but I feel strongly where, housing, that I feel like that's something that we can be a little bit more vocal on. And then I was hoping to, have the ability to, I don't know if this is like a citywide rule or ordinance, but I wanted our commission to be able to like fundraise or partner with organizations that can fundraise for us, and that we can utilize that fund for something that we're working on, some initiative that we're working on. And then I wanted to make sure that we have some type of verbiage saying that the Equal Rights Commission, we will always uphold and have a space on our webpage that has, like contact information or whatnot. I know that's like something so little, but I think in writing it would really feel like, I feel like it would just give extra reassurance to the community. Yeah, and then another thing is just to make sure that our website always shares, our webpage for Equal Rights Commission always has local resources and links that people can refer to, because we can only do so much as our commission, so making sure that we can provide that for people. And I say that these are really important to me because I say that because of the incident that happened. I don't know if the commission has heard of the incident in Detroit where 2 children passed away. And so I just want to make sure that we are being proactive, and that we are creating a safe space for all of our community members. It's sad that we have to take that as an example or a lesson, because it's a very true and sad event. But I just want to make sure that we don't follow those steps. I want to make sure that we provide housing and, I want to make sure that we provide a safe space for children, for one, but I also want to make it noted that housing is a human right. So everyone should be able to get some safety under a roof. So anyways, those are my comments. I know I just spit out a lot at you guys, but I've been thinking about it the past couple of months, and I really feel strongly that, although those might be smaller points, I do want to add some type of verbiage in there. Any thoughts? Or you could tell me no too. Maybe it doesn't make sense for the ordinance, but those are just some thoughts that I had.
I think it's always a good to aim high, and like your idea about seeing how we can go about fundraising and getting more RC. I guess we'll just have to figure out what's the legal part of all of that too, just to make sure that we're doing everything all right. But I agree with you. If we put something forward, the worst that'll happen is, they get voted down or edited in city council. So I think, it's always good just to keep pushing as much as we can. So I'm with you on this one.
So did I hear you that you want to put the right to housing in the equal rights ordinance?
No, that was,
'Cause I-
I want to put on I want to make sure that we have in our ordinance that our website or our webpage for the equal rights will always have resources and links available, and will always have a space for feedback from the community or any members who are having trouble.
Okay, because I like the idea of the right to housing in the equal rights ordinance. It sounds great.
It would really
That's
test
cute.
how
I
closely the council
I feel
was
like
reading.
that's kind of a
these minutes.
given. I thought that was a given, but you're right, we should state that.
Well, yeah, I mean, so I think, since this is gonna go to legal before it comes back to the Equal Rights Commission, I mean, I think, yeah, put that stuff in there. Let's see what they say,
Okay.
unless others disagree, I don't know. Yeah, okay.
I say aim as high as we can. I mean, worst they're gonna do is say no, so let's do it.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much for your feedback. I will work with Natalie, Commissioner Hoffman, on this, and hopefully we'll have something for you guys next meeting. Any other comments, questions? Naima, I know that the ordinance is kind of lengthy, but feel free to read it when you have time and reach out to us if you have any questions on it or if you have suggestions while Commissioner Hoffman and I are working on it.
Sounds good.
Okay, so I don't see any hands raised or anyone online who wants to say anything further. Last chance, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so that's our only agenda item for tonight. And then I'm just gonna ask everyone if you guys can just stay for a second after we adjourn the meeting. But, okay, so next is informational, something real quick. Actually, Commissioner Greeno shared this with Andrea, Joe, and and I wanted to make sure that you were all aware of that. I think Andrea sent out the article earlier to everyone. Andrea, is that correct?
I think so. Yes, I did. Sorry, it's been a long day.
No, that's okay. I gotta find it in my notes here too, so give me 1 second here.
Really quick,
I just wanna make
Sherry,
sure that I have all the
Yang,
information.
we need to have a motion for the regular business item.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay, just
sorry.
don't leave it too far.
Okay,
Yeah.
can we get a motion to move this agenda item to the next meeting?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, please say aye.
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 All opposed, please say nay. Okay, so we will have that discussion again next meeting. Okay, thank you, Andrea. Sorry about that.
That's totally fine.
And then give me a second here. I'm just gonna pull up the item that Marcus sent to us.
Point of order. Is
Yes.
this allowed? I hate to be a rule stickler, but
I
since it's not on the agenda, can we discuss
It's
additional?
just the chair update, so she's just sharing the date
Oh.
of the briefing.
Oh,
that we
gotcha.
did, Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, no, good question, though. I appreciate it,
Good
because I'm new to
question.
this.
I love rules.
I'm learning as I go.
So this is the ordinance that was on. I'll send you a link to it.
Oh boy, okay.
It's actually not that long, it's just this here.
Sorry, give me a minute here. I'm usually not this disorganized. Andrew, do you think you can help me out and
I'm
just
just-
give like a quick like,
Yes, so it is there's a briefing on February 14th at 12 p.m. Eastern Time, so that would be 11 a.m. Central Time, brought to you by the Leadership Conference on Civil and Human Rights. And then there's an email sent out to all the commissioners with a link to RSVP. So it has to do with equal rights information, and it should be in your email. If it's not, let me know. And that-
Awesome. Thank you so much, and thanks, Commissioner Greeno, for sharing that with us. Again, if you guys have any updates or you guys want to share anything with us, feel free to send it to Andrea and Joe, and we can share that out with the commissioners next meeting. And then as far as my updates, just, real quick, I know that we have a few moving parts that I'm looking to really make sure that we have some action. I just want to make sure that everyone knows that I haven't lost sight of those yet. But yeah, that is all that I have for the updates for now. So I'm going to ask for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, please say aye.
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 All opposed, please say nay. Okay, meeting is adjourned at 5:58 p.m. So
Recording stopped.